As I say, good evening ladies and gentlemen, we are the High Peak Magic Society. We've been thrown right in at the deep end. We've never done anything like this before. We're kind of making it up as we go along, but we hope you're going to see some interesting stuff. We've got some close-up, we've got some stage, and we've got some parlour for you tonight. So a bit of everything, okay? The guys are all raring to go. Just before we do get started, I do want to say a little bit about our Lord and Master, Mr. Neil Fletcher, who's organised all this on our behalf tonight. He sadly can't be with us. He's actually quite ill at the moment. He's been off work for 3 weeks and he's off in the hospital for testimony. So on behalf of Neil, and he has asked me to pass on his regards tonight, and he's asked us to all enjoy a great evening of magic and fun. So hopefully we're going to do that. All right, so are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Have you all enjoyed the hot weather today, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah? I love hot weather. You can go camping in the hot weather. Anybody ever been camping? I go camping with the Scouts, alright? Ever been camping with the Scouts? Let me tell you, that is an experience. 8 to 16-year-olds, I tell you, 16-year-olds are not interested in camping, let me tell you. Okay. However, what tends to happen when you're on a camp, particularly for about a week, is that you tend to run out of stuff. Okay? See where this is going? See where this is going? Right? You tend to run out of stuff. Normally on about day 5 of day 7 on a camp, some scoutmaster like me gets sent down into the local village, wherever that might be. It's usually in the middle of nowhere. And I get asked to collect up all of the newspapers in the area as makings for the latrine, ladies and gentlemen, alright? Okay? That's what it's used for, yeah, okay? Because Skip will not afford and will not pay for extra loo rolls. So I get this job. I've got to go out and rip the paper up into the pieces. Now, the ripping up actually isn't what bothers me. It's then, once it's ripped up, it's actually taking the individual pieces one at a time and threading them onto that little bit of string. Yeah? You must have done that. Everybody's done that, you know. And it's dull and boring, you really. So the last time that I was saddled with this, which was back in August, I actually said to Skip, I said, you know what, Skip? I said, generally speaking, when people come out camping, I think they would much rather actually, you know, read a newspaper rather than sit on the roof and write their private bits with them, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I have to say that I actually tear up and put newspapers back together as a bit of a hobby. I'm really a card guy. Any card guys in? One. Me and you then. Shall we just go now and just not bore anybody else then, alright? And I'll be back in the second half to do some of my stuff. But we thought we'd start off with something a little bit unusual. This guy, when he normally works for us, we get him in when we're stuck for somebody. And again, we're stuck with somebody, we've been short of somebody. So we rang him up and he was free, unfortunately. So would you please boo on, okay? Would you please boo on the Mystic Monk, ladies and gentlemen?
Behold, I have been walking the Staffordshire moorlands for the past 100 years.
Your feet are doing well.
Well, to be honest, I'm knackered. I know what you were thinking. You were thinking when you walked in, who the hell is that? Well, I am the Mystic Monk. And looking at these people here, I just know that there's some of you that feel that you are fully in control of your thoughts. You think what goes on in your head belongs to you and you're in full control of it. I'm going to do 2 things that are going to prove that you're not in full control of your own thoughts. The gentleman there, are you married?
I am, yes.
The second thing I'm going to do to prove that you're not in full control of your thoughts.
I'm minding it, I'll never be in control of it.
Now, the lady here. What we have on the back of this piece of wood was cut from a very mystical tree. On the back of this piece of wood, I have a message, and the message is for you. We have 3 stones. What I would like you to do, I would like you to look at the 3 stones and pick any one of the 3 stones up for me. Coming forward, pick any one of the 3 stones up. That's lovely. Now of the 2 stones that are left, push one towards me. And you take the other. Now, hold on to the stone for me. You have full control. Do you want to change stones with me? You can do. Afterwards, I don't want you to be one of these new people who go, oh my God, what would have happened if I had changed my mind? You're not one of those people, are you? Sure.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to change stones with me. Did I have any influence on your decisions? I am holding the spotty stone. You are holding the clear stone. And the blue stone is in the bag.
Please make some nice noise and welcome down onto the performance area, John the Magic Maestro!
Got some photographs here. Very handsome guy here. I don't know if you can see it at the back, but very handsome guy. It's actually me. I've got some photographs of me and of Chris, who you'll be seeing later. Chris is in the corner. Now Chris runs a really, really lovely pub near Melton Mowbray. I'd really recommend it. How do you pronounce where it is?
Whistendine.
Whistendine, is it? Whistendine, near Melton Mowbray. Really recommend it. Lovely place. Got some lovely drinks and some good wine. And there's Chris with the bottle of wine. Now you can see that. There's me. There's Chris with a bottle of wine. As soon as Chris gets his bottle of wine out, I turn up with my 2 glasses and say, come on Chris, open that bottle of wine. Unfortunately, what Chris didn't realise is that I wanted triplets. There are 3 of us. We're all called John, a bit confusing. We're all called John. John 1, John 2 and John 3. So if I look at these photos, I've got John 1, Chris, John 2, John 3. Right? So there's 3 Johns all asking Chris to open that bottle of wine. And Chris is saying, there'll be none left for me. 3 people, 2 glasses each. That would be the whole bottle gone. One of you Johns have to sit it out. So John sits it out. I'll ask you to look at these now because I'm going to ask you to keep your eye on Chris. Chris is in the middle, yeah?
Right.
So I'm going to turn him over. He's still in the middle. I'll call them all John to make it easy. John runs to the bottom. John runs to the bottom. Chris runs to the bottom. Where's Chris now? I think he's there, or there.
On the top.
On the top, this one.
Yeah.
So if I turn him over, it's now the bottom, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's not the top one, you're right there. And you're right, he's not the middle one, so he's got to be... No, you see, he's not on the bottom. When you weren't looking, he sneaked away with his bottle. Okay, I'm going to do this 3 times. I'll ask you to help now, right? So there's Chris. I'll take one of the brothers away, leaving John, John and Chris. We immediately surround... I hope you can see. We immediately surround Chris. Chris is in the middle. I'll make it easier. I'll let you see the photograph the whole time. John runs to the bottom. Chris runs to the bottom. John runs to the bottom. Where's Chris now? Well, he's not there. A bit of a giveaway.
On the top. The other side.
The bottom one now.
Yeah, bottom.
Well, he's not the top. And you're right, he's not the middle one, so he's where?
Next one.
No, see, you weren't looking. He sneaked away again while you weren't looking. Right, last time this is, one of the brothers has to sit it out, leaving Chris and the 2 extra brothers, the 2 last brothers. I'll ask you to come over there, right? Chris is on the top. Turn him over, Chris is now underneath, right? John runs to the bottom. John runs to the bottom. Chris runs to the bottom. John runs to the bottom. Where's Chris now? Is he there? But I think he sneaked away over there.
I think he's in the middle.
In the middle, you don't think he's there?
He probably is, but we'll look for him in the middle.
You're absolutely right. Most people say he's on the table, but he's not. John's on the table. But what Chris did, he brought his 2 brothers with him.
Next up, we've got one of our full-time working pros, so no pressure. All right? No pressure, fella. Before I bring him on, though, he has asked me to tell you that just recently he's been doing some gigs for NATO. Netto. Sorry. Netto. So, would you please welcome our professional mentalist onto the stage, Mr. Scott Creasy!
Can I ask you to join me on stage? On stage, right down here. Give her a round of applause as she gets up. I want to tell you a story. In the 1930s in Russia, there was a young girl whose name I can't pronounce, who, when she was 15 years old, she was taken from the village that she lived in into Moscow, and she was tested for 18 months because she had a very strange ability. I've seen it before. She had the ability to alter the molecular structure of metal by thinking about it. Now, when she was sent back to, they found this, proved that she could actually do it, but they don't know how. Now, if you fast forward from the 1930s to the 1970s, some of you remember this. This young Israeli guy called Yuri Geller came out of Israel and he took the world by storm, doing exactly the same thing, altering the molecular structure of metal by thinking about it. I believe anybody can do this. If you believe you can do it. You look a bit sceptical of it. What I've got is a few items in here. Do me a favour, just take them out, all of them out there. Have a look at them. Spoons, yes? Yeah. Choose two, the two that you choose or the two that you'll use. Those two you want to use, or those two. So put those back in there, we'll come back to those in a moment. 2 stainless steel spoons. But they are cheap. I bought from Wilco's. If you go like this with these spoons, they'll bend. Actually, if you eat soup from these spoons, they bend. That's how cheap they are. But they are stainless steel, and here's something I want to show you is this. Everybody knows what this is? This is called spooning. They are the same shape because they came from the same machine, pressed from the same machine. Sorry, what was your name?
Holly.
Holly, come this way a little bit more. Are you right-handed or left-handed? Hold out your left hand, palm up. You're going to do this, not me. Okay, so you've got to concentrate. Put your other hand on top of the spoon, but don't press. This is a control spoon. I'm going to show you what to do. What I would like you to do is basically this. I'd like you to start to rub the spoon very, very gently. Don't press, look at them nails. Don't press, just rub very, very gently. And as you're rubbing on the spoon, I would like you to imagine the centre of the spoon bending upwards into the palm of your hand. Visualise it bending upwards into the palm of your hand. Now it's your first time, so it may not go a lot to start with. Can you feel it getting warmer?
I think so,
Yeah. Can you feel it tingling down your right arm?
yeah.
That'll get worse in about an hour. Okay, stop. Take your hand up. It has gone, not a lot, but it is the first time. Look, this is the control spoon. This is Holly's spoon. Give her a round of applause, that's good for a first attempt. I'm going to carry on with the spoon because you've started it. Now, same again but slightly different. I want you to hold your hands about this far apart. I want you to imagine a blue psychic light coming along your arm from the top of your hand and hitting this hand here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this spoon into that blue psychic light, your psychic light. It's very important you don't move, because if you do, this spoon will shoot across there and hit him in the head. Okay, so you ready? Visualise a blue light and put this spoon into the light and I'm going to rub. Now while I'm rubbing, I want you to imagine that spoon bending. Visualise it in your mind, visualise it in your mind happening, and you should see it starting to go. That's good, give her a round of applause. Okay, we need one more with me, because you're getting good at this now. You've bent that, so we'll use a different spoon. Now this is slightly harder, and it will take both of us. That's it, flex it. Try this at home, take a spoon, hold it with the ball pointing up and the hand down, and you take the spoon and you rotate it like this. And as you rotate it, you imagine a psychic energy entering that spoon. When you get to a certain point, you turn it on its side and you do this. This is obviously an optical illusion. It looks better from there than it does from here. It's an optical illusion, but if you stop an optical illusion in the middle, the spoon can become soft. They may not see it, it's at the back of you. When you get to a certain point, you can do this. Look at the neck of the spoon. what happens is, you get a twist in the neck of the spoon. Now, I'm telling you, if you take a spoon, put it in a vice, and do that, it'll snap. If you hit it up with a blowtorch to make it soft, it goes blue. The only way to do that is right in the middle of psychic energy. Will you do one more with me? Because you're getting really good at this now. This will take both of us. Same again, we'll keep the same spoon because it's full of residual energy. If you take makes me laugh. If you take a spoon and do this with it, and rotate it, when you get to a certain point, you can turn it on its side, you can do this. You put some psychic energy into the spoon, and if you just take the bowl with your right hand, and the handle with your left hand, I'm going to rub at the neck of the spoon. I want you to concentrate all your psychic energy where my thumb is, on the twisted bit, but don't burn my thumb. I'm going to press down, very, very slightly, just resist the pressure. You feel that?
Mm-hmm.
That's going soft, yeah?
Yep.
I'm going to pull up. Oh, that's very soft. Okay. Look how soft that's gone now. That's really soft now. Just hold your hands. Give Holly a big round of applause. Worth a fortune on eBay, that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That's my stint finished. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Would you please welcome to close out the first half another one of our journeyman magicians, Mr. Tony McMyler!
While we're in a psychic frame of mind, I'd like to start with a little experiment. Doesn't always work, but we'll try it. So, would you all answer that prediction for me?
Okay.
Don't have a look at it yet. What we've got here are wedding photographs from the 20th century. Happy weddings, sad weddings, some a little bit worse than others. So, I'm going to place them down here. Young lady, do you ever listen, when the phone rings, do you ever know who it is before you answer it? So you've not got really any psychic feelings. Does any lady here or any gentleman think they've got psychic feelings? That'd be cheating though, wouldn't it? Come on, we'll have a go anyway. Will you? Do you want to have a go?
Yeah.
Come on then. Stand at the side of me here. And what I'd like you to do is run your hands over there, nice and slowly. Nice and slowly. Just keep going. Nice and slow, and you're going to feel something maybe in a minute. And stop when you feel something. When you feel something. It might be a happy feeling, it might be a sickness, it might be dizziness. Just stop when you feel it. There? What's the feeling?
Dizzy.
Dizzy. That's interesting. So we'll get rid of these because this is the happy side. These were all happy marriages. These weren't so happy. So will you go again? Just keep going. And stop when you feel something. There. That's interesting. I'm going to get rid of them. Now, what I will tell you, this is the real sad part. There are some real tragic marriages here. So go again. See if we can eliminate some more. A bit closer. Closer, that's it. Stop when you feel something. There. Right, we're drawn to these two. Pick them up. And this time I want you to look into their eyes. And hand them on to me. That's great. This couple, show everybody. A tragic marriage. As I said, there were some happy marriages, there were some sad marriages. This one was particularly tragic. What happened after a fortnight, they were married just a fortnight, and he walked out on her, left her. So what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to tear the photograph down there. Beautiful. And then a fortnight later, he came back. This wasn't happy though, because he cut her throat. So would you tear it across there? Put it down like a jigsaw. Now I could have said that about any one of those weddings, couldn't I? But we give this gentleman a prediction, didn't we, Tom? Would you have a look at the prediction for me? You can keep those because they'll go with a fortune on eBay soon.
Good, good. Right, we'll crack on. Next up, we have another one of our full-time working pro magicians. Where can you start, really? You know, British champion in 2012. It just goes on and on and on and on. We're not going to bother with that. He has actually just told me when he got back, when he got here, he was a bit late. He's actually today just got back from a gig in New York.
No, Andy, no, that's Newark.
Newark. He does this deliberately too. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the man himself, the one and only Mr. Chris Stevenson.
Hey, would you sit there for me? Great, thanks. So before I start, I've been asked to see if anybody's lost a purse. Do you recognise anybody? Rounded in, do you recognise it? I've noticed there's something very strange about this purse. I think it belongs to a magician because it's full of all sorts of things, you see. I've also noticed when you put the coin on the inside, you don't see it because it's on the inside and not the outside. But it is still there, look. You see it's still there, you see? See, the thing is, you don't see it on the inside. You don't see it on the inside, just the outside. It's very strange. Not the inside, just the outside. Obviously, if you look here, then you're not going to see it. If you just look through here, you would see it in the bottom there. Do you see the coin? Yep. Take it for me, take it. No, the big one. Always take the big one, you see. Take the big one. Did you notice the rope? The rope? Yeah, it's full of all sorts of daft props, this is, you know. Check that out for me, have a good look at that. Make sure it's an ordinary piece of rope. No hidden trapdoors, secret compartments. You check out this for me as well, make sure it's solid. It's not going to come apart. Okay? Is that alright? The idea of the trick is to get the ring off the rope, but it is a little bit more difficult because we're not actually allowed to undo the knot. Check that out for me, just that tight up. Alright? Okay?
Yep.
I'll show you how it's done. We just bring the ring to the top like this. Thread one through and through again. If you hold the ring, I pull the rope, the ring should come off. To get it back on, it's even easier. To get the ring back on, all we need to do is throw the ring at the knot. You'll notice that the ring goes all the way back on the rope. See, back on. Of course, the easiest way is to take a pair of scissors and cut the rope. That would be the easiest way. If I hold the rope, would you put it in the middle there for me? About here, that shouldn't happen. It's okay, we'll use the magic scissors. Have you seen magic scissors before? No, they're actually invisible, so I take the invisible scissors. Cutting the rope like this will take the ring and the scissors off the rope. Hey, I must warn you, these are very sharp. See, I'm going to put them down before I put them on, they really are sharp. So we have two pieces, I can't do it with two pieces, so I need one piece, so I tend to join them back together. To do that, just wet one end slightly, blow dry it, and we should have one long piece of rope. You've got to keep your eyes on the ends of the rope. Don't take your eyes off the ends until I put them in my pocket where you can no longer see them. Now I take the invisible scissors. They take some finding when you put them things down. Oh, there they are, there they are. Cut the rope like this. I only need one piece. If we rub here, they fuse back together, making one long piece of rope.
Would you please welcome Mr. Alan Burton?
I want you to give the cards a cut. Yeah? Yeah. But blunt only.
Don't you just go like that?
cards, one cut under there. No, no, no,
Got me
no.
one underneath.
Yeah. Just one complete cut.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I still can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Right. Now what I want you to do is take the top card and put it underneath the mat.
Okay. There you go.
Take the next card and put it in your shirt pocket.
Have a job, I only got one. Got a lovely bell, haven't I?
I've been practicing this for months.
Bothered.
Bothered to put it in your shirt. You could,
There you go, how's that?
do you know what I might manage thought?
What are you thinking, you see?
What it? Take the bottom card.
I've got to keep my arm like this.
Take the bottom card out.
Yeah,
I've got the bottom, make sure it's the bottom card, otherwise it's all good.
she'll do it.
That way upwards.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, got bottom.
Put it, turn it face up,
Yeah,
slide it into the deck.
anyway.
Well, into the middle of the deck, somewhere in the middle. Anyway,
It's quite a stick, ain't it? There you go.
it's hard, isn't it? Right, under there. Right? So, yeah, you took one under. You did bloody hard. Right, you have a card
Yep.
under your sleeve. And it was all done underneath. There was no.
I couldn't see either.
I think, and pray to God, that your card is the Four of Diamonds.
No. Yeah, it is, yeah.
You then put a card underneath the mat.
Yeah.
What was it?
Four of diamonds.
I don't know, I couldn't see it.
Eight of Spades.
Eight of spades, was it? Let's have a look.
Oh!
He's a smart ass, isn't he?
Is it really? Yeah. You turned one card face up
Yeah.
in the middle of the deck.
Yeah.
That card was
I don't know, you tell me.
the Ten of Diamonds.
Oh, well, that's all right, isn't it?
Yay!